Hey guys, it's Bob Reese from the Bronx. And if you're wondering what's on my face this time, it is fish oil. Yes, Bob Reese puts fish oil on her face and even in my eyes. You guys probably think I'm crazy, but it keeps your eyes vibrant. It keeps your skin glowing. Yes. Listen, I know secrets from the good Lord up above. He gives them to me all the time. So, let me just rub this elixir all over my face. Yes. Yes. It feels so good. So smooth. You see? You see the glow that it gives? Even for the eyes? Yes. Fish oil works wonders. So guys, you want story time? It is story time. Right, little old lady bake? Woo, Lord have mercy. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna start off where I left off. I'm gonna start from the very beginning. Okay. So, this was back in 2007. I was already in Hunts Point for about a good 6 years, let's say. So, I'm walking up Bryant, and this Chinese guy rolls up. And I get in his car, and he's nervous. He doesn't want to do nothing in the car. So I take him upstairs, and that's a normal thing. Some guys, they didn't want to do stuff in the vehicle. You get that all the time. That's why some of them came on foot. That's why some of them, went to hotels and whatnot. And so I went upstairs. So this is before Mike died, the guy that, had a lot of pull in Hunts Point and, had a lot of respect. And to this day, his family still owns buildings over there, so he still has mad respect over there. Even though he passed away, people still, I think they did a graffiti painting of him. Uh-oh, do I hear Hall & Oates in the background? Private Eyes? Yes. Private Eyes. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I have a story. And Celia, girl, I'm not getting off subject, but that was totally insanely creepy. Oh my God, I could not believe it. Yo, I totally predicted that. Yes, hive minds, great minds, crazy minds, think alike. Ooh, little old wee wee. So now, as I was saying, I take him upstairs, and about to do the thing. I don't need to get in detail about that. On it, maybe if I had a second channel, and little old Weedy Bee wasn't right here, I could get into detail exactly what little old Bob Reese did. But let's not. That's neither here nor there. I did the deed. I got paid for the deed. I did the deed. Okay. Please. All I know is that in those times it was like, give me my money and hurry up, because I didn't want you on me. That's for damn. I didn't want you near me. And believe me, I played a good game. I made a lot of money out there. I played a good game. But let me tell you something. This girl right here, once you gave me the money, I did the deed. But you better rest assured the clock is a ticking. And money is time, and time is money. Remember that. And anybody who hustles the street knows that that's the game. That is the game. So, it's a game. Chess piece. Pawn pieces. Literally. So, upstairs, doing the thing. He gives me my money. I always put my money in my bra. So after it's done, he tries to pull a fast one. He tries to take the money out of my bra. And I think he gave me like $80 or something. How many years ago was this? 13 years ago? That was pretty decent for what I did. Pretty decent. So, money. My bride tries to finagle his way out of there. I catch his hand. I'm like, yo, dude, what are you doing? I said, I took care of business. What do you think you're doing? I said, Mike, I said, you believe this guy? I said, he's trying to take the money back that he gave us, because this is the deal. That was the deal. You know, Mike always had the place to live, and I made the money. So it was like an exchange. It was not my pimp, though. It was just like, it was a strange relationship. That's all I could say. Strange, you know. So, anyway, so, you know, he tried to, Mike put him in his place. He's like, yo, first of all, you didn't even pay the house, which you're supposed to do automatically. Just pay the house because we rented a room. He didn't even do that, and then he's trying to finagle his money away. Yo, Mike grabs him, and we lived on the 5th floor at 735 Bryant. Tito's building was in front of that, but Tito wasn't living in Hunts Point at that time. So, he grabs him and threw him out the door, humiliated him. He felt this big, but he should have. I don't feel bad for him. No, he tried to take my money. Are you out of your mind? That's the last thing you do. That is the last thing that you do. Especially you're not from the neighborhood, and then you're gonna try to take the money from the person that just served you. No, I don't think so. That's not gonna fly. Nobody, no way, no how. So he threw him out. I didn't look out the door, but I heard ruffle and tumble, and I know he pretty much threw him down the stairs. Okay, so that's number one what happened with him. Let's give it take maybe 6 months passed by, and I'm walking down, I think it was Spofford. We now Spofford, all of a sudden, this guy in a truck, Oriental guy. Listen, I have a great, and this is not the same one as the Master Disguise. That happened 3 times with the same dude, and I'll retell that story. But this is a totally different situation. So he pulls up, he's like, hey, you know, you're hanging out, you want a date, Get in, hey, my name's Vanessa, what can I do for you? He's like, you know, let's go to a hotel, No, I didn't recognize him at all. Totally didn't recognize him. I couldn't believe it. Okay? Get to the hotel, we go to the Hutch. Room 16, it's the one all the way to the left. So we get in there, pays me like $120 because we're in the hotel. And when you're in the hotel, you paying extra. Okay. In the hotel, start doing the thing, and getting a little graphic here. Okay, start, you know, on the bed. Gets up behind me. Everything's good at first, you know. Honestly, I still didn't recognize him. I did not recognize. I don't know why, because I usually recognize people right away. Right away, I have that gift. Like if I can even tell who someone is just by the curvature of their facial structure, without even seeing like a silhouette. I can tell who someone is by a silhouette. You can ask Tito, he'll tell you. I'm uber good at recognizing people. It's a gift of many that God has given me, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so in the hotel, you grab me from behind, right? This is another choke out. Grab me so hard. I'm talking about so hard that I had teeth then, so I bit all the insides of my gums out. All of them out, and I'm talking about chunks and chunks and chunks of flesh coming out of my mouth, spitting it out, blood everywhere. I'm wrestling him, and he still has me by the back of my, by my throat, and I'm pulling him off the bed, and I'm rolling all over the place, and I grab the blinds from the hotel, and I just pull them down as hard as I could. So hard as I couldn't, and I'm trying to scream, but he has my throat. You know what I'm saying? Had me in a chokehold, and he's just like, we're all over the place. It was crazy. So after he would, like, for some reason he just stopped. I think because he didn't want to kill me, because he could have. He was about to kill me. He was mad. So I turned around, I said, is he all right? Sweetie B? Oh, you doing the flips with the baby? So I was like, what the fuck is he doing? You know, I'm crying. I'm all fucked up. I'm spinning chunks. The 6 train's right above this hotel. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. why I'm bringing that up. He's like, you don't remember me? I was like, oh my God. I said, yo, you're the Chinese dude that tried to take my money? I was like, and this is what you fucking do to me? You trying to kill me? You trying to choke me out when you took my money? Are you crazy? I was like, dude, you have no idea what you just did. I was like, you think you're untouchable? I said, could you bring me to a hotel? I said, you know what? I said, if I was you, I would walk out this fucking room right now. He took my shoes. He said, oh, I'm leaving. He took my shoes and left the hotel and drove off like a bitch, just like that. Said, oh, I'm leaving, and grabbed my shoes. He took the money too. This time he took it. He made sure he took that shit probably before he had me choked out. I wasn't suspecting none of this because I had my clothes on the dresser. This motherfucker took my shoes, and listen, in those days, honestly, I rocked slippers. What happened? He wants his baba? You want battle, baby? Hold on, guys. All right. So in that time, I rocked slippers. He's your mommy. Here, my baby. Way. Tino love. So in those times, I rock slippers, guys. Slippers. Even in Chris's description of me, if anybody, checked out his thing, it'll say that I was in slippers in the wintertime, flip-flops. Sometimes I would rock them with socks. Sometimes I wouldn't, but that's neither here nor there. That day, I decided to wear shoes. And go figure, because if it was slippers, I wouldn't have been missing. There still would have been something on my feet, but nevertheless, it wouldn't have been like, come on. I didn't own many shoes. He took the only shoes that I basically had. He took my shoes. So I had to go into with blood, like my whole insides of my cheeks, a bit out, no money, okay? I might have had like $2 on me or something, maybe if that. Went up to the train, asked the teller if I can get in the train. She sees because I cleaned myself up a little bit, but I was a little mess. I just wanted to go home. I was like, oh, I can't. All I had in my mind was to get home and tell Mike what happened. That's all I couldn't wait to do that. I couldn't wait. So I get in the train. The lady lets me in the train. The teller lets me in the train. So I go in the train. I had to tie plastic bags around my feet because it was winter. If it wasn't winter, I wouldn't have really cared because I walk barefoot, honestly, in the summertime. Barefoot. On top of some cement, gravel, all kinds of stuff. My feet just... The drugs. When you're in drugs like that, man, it's just... But I was the only one who did stuff like that out there. I was just... How could I put it? I made a lot of money, so it didn't really matter, what I wore, honestly. It didn't matter, if I wore, really nice shoes or nice... It didn't matter. I could be wearing plastic bags on my... And as a matter of fact, on my way home, someone tried to pick me up, but I was in no condition. All I just wanted to get back home and tell Mike what happened. So I'm walking up, and he's outside, right? He's outside. He's like, oh, my God, Snow Bunny, what happened? I was like, yo, that Chinese dude that tried to take my money. That time that you threw out the door, he's the one who picked me up and brought me to the hutch. I said, not only did he choke me out, I went like this. I showed him the inside. My whole cheeks were all bit out chunks. I'm talking about chunks, guys. When I tell you chunks of blood and flesh. He was like, oh, my God. He was mad. He was cursing up a storm in Spanish. He's like, oh, I'm going to find. I don't know if he ever found us, but he said he was going to. He said he had connections. He said he was going to find this man. He did die pretty much almost after that, so I doubt that he did, but he could have if he wanted to. Because look, if he came back a second time after what Mike did, he probably was going to come back again. He probably was going to come. I wouldn't doubt it. Sometimes people don't learn a lesson until the lesson is learned then. So, to this day, that hotel's blinds, they never change them. To this day, those blinds still have my grab marks. You know when you grab like the Venetian blinds and they're like the metal so you can bend them and they leave like an indentation? To this day, in the middle of the window, you can see the blinds. They try to fix them a little bit, it's the same blinds to this day. And every time me and Tito would pass, I'm like, Tito, I told him the first time. He's like, oh wow, he's like, yeah, I see that. And then every time we pass, we look there and be like, still the same blinds. If those blinds can talk, if those walls can talk, you know. And when I think back to the things that I survived, sometimes it seems like I couldn't have really survived all of these things. You know, it's by the grace of the good Lord. And I give all the credit to God because, guys, to survive the things, and some people went through even more than me. Some people out there went through more than I did. And that's the truth. Because you know how my back got slashed by the Freddy Krueger dude? Well, there was another girl, her back got slashed even worse than mine. And Desire, she actually got that man caught. The guy that slashed my back. She told me. She said, you know the guy that slashed your back and the other girl's back? She said, I got him arrested. And she did. Thank God he's in jail. He not only did this to me, he did this to me and several other girls out there. He had an M.O. His M.O. was the box cutter. Box cutter boy. He just... So he slashed this other girl so he got me on the side of my spine, right? This other girl, he cut her from the top, right in the middle of her back. In the middle, I'm talking about where the spine is. He sliced her all the way down. And you know what? Desire told me that she was on the streets those nights when that happened. She said when she came out running down the street just like when I did, when Mary Ellis was there, the one I took the picture with. She gave me her scarf and I wrapped it around my back and walked around for hours. Hours that way. When that other girl, this Mexican girl, her back got slashed, he slashed her whole back open from the middle. Her whole spine was hanging out. She went to a payphone. Because us girls on the street, back in those days, we didn't have no smartphones. That's why, guys, I'm so hung up with the technology. Because honestly, up until last year, I never even held my smartphone. That's another thing I want to tell you guys. But before I get into that, so this young lady, her whole back was open, worse than mine. She went to a payphone to call 911. Now, she survived by the grace of God too. We're all survivors. Anybody who survived Hunts Point or anywhere else that's notorious for these things, we're survivors. And we should be thanking God on our knees for taking us out of that lifestyle and rising us above the ashes. And why God let us survive that? Because we're strong. Because He made us that way. And we're survivors, we're warriors. Only by His grace. Nothing of our own accord. Remember that. Now, I will tell you this. Thank you. Thank you, Desire. I haven't talked to her in a minute. She texted me the other day. I texted her back. I haven't heard from her. I'm going to give her a call. But I want to thank her for having that man caught. Because who knows what when he did, he had it to my throat, guys. This man had it to my throat. He was going to slit my throat. And that thing was so sharp, I'm telling you, when he popped that razor out, that shit beamed off the light post. And it I'm telling you, that's how sharp that shit was. And if it was, and I want, whoever that person was who went down that street that night was an angel. Because if nobody turned down that street, I would have been dead. claw saved my life. And you know what, guys? When I talk about this stuff, it's like I said, it seems so, how can I put it? I'm like disassociated from it. I feel like that was me, but it was like another me. If you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Like, I can't believe that I lived like this. I can't believe that I survived this thing. I can't believe it. When I think back in my memory, the things that I've seen, the things that I went through, I think that it's so underrated, people like us. I think we're so underestimated and not given, not that, you know, in a way, I'm like, okay, it's not that I should be given credit. It's not about that. It's about that if God put me through that and I survived, then there's something special about people like me and other girls who went through this. And we should be thanking God and saying, you know what, Lord, you made me special. And thank you, God. Thank you for, you know, there's a reason, a greater purpose to help others. And that's my goal. That is my goal, guys. To help other people that have been through this. And so they don't follow down that same path. Say, look, if I can come out of it, where I thought there was no hope for me, then so could you. It's 21 minutes and 27 seconds to count. All right, guys, please keep the faith, stay prayed up, and everybody has a purpose. Even if someone shuns you and makes it like you don't have a purpose and makes it like, you know what, so what, you've been through that. You ain't worth shit. You are worth something. I tell you, you are. Remember that. And I say it with all passion and from my heart. God bless all you warriors out there. Remember, God is right behind you, in front of you, and side by side. And He ain't never gonna let you go. Ciao.